Hi everyone, Teresa here from untilnextwrite.blogspot.com, and today I want to show you all how I use my Erin Condren Lifeplanner. I actually use it as a bullet journal / memory book for my sons, and I decided to use my life planner in that way because while I was waiting for the Erin Condren Lifeplanner release date of June 12th, I got a little impatient and ventured off into the binder planner world. So I got into Filofaxes and Kikki planners and things like that. So I do have those types of planners, but I also enjoy bound planners like this one because I am the type of person to keep my planners. I like to just refer to them for memories and special dates and things like that. So I do like to keep bound planners like this. And so I do have the Erin Condren Life Planner. I also have the Emily Lay Simplified Planner, as well as the Whitney English Day Designer. And I'll be doing reviews on those once I start using them in 2015. But I wanted to show you all how my bullet journal has been going so far. It's been working out really well. And let's just go ahead and get started. The cover I got was one of the quote pages, and the color scheme I got was teal and purple, and it says, "There are so many beautiful reasons to be happy." That is a great quote for me to remember when things get tough, when things get a little crazy, when things just kind of go by in a blur. Just to remember all the little things that can help us to focus and to just remember that we are a family, and that's what is important, and everything else will fall into place. So, looking at the binding, it's very strong binding. It's also very sturdy, so I feel like I can throw this into my purse if I wanted to. What I actually do, though, is I keep it in my iPad cover here, and it just goes in here. And since it has two zippers, I just zip it up like that, and then the tabs stick out. So that's something to keep in mind if you want to keep it a little safer in your purse, that it does fit into an iPad with the end opened. An iPad cover. And the charm I have here is a basic bracelet that I got from Michael's, and I just hooked it onto the binding up there. I have charms on it that I purchased at a local bead store. This Monstera leaf represents the hula group that we are a part of. The dragonfly represents protection, and if you look up the overall meaning of a dragonfly, the symbolic meaning of a dragonfly, you will know why. Also, I named my planner Dragonfly. I do name my planners, yes. So this is a seahorse that I got to represent my dad. And then I have the moon here to represent my second son, who was born at night. I have the sun here to represent my older son, who was born in the morning. And then I have an ukulele to represent my husband. And it just basically hangs out like that. Let's go ahead and open this up. I have this covered up here because it's my son's names. Basically, you can customize the two lines. I have my son's names up here, and then on the bottom is the hashtag for the pictures that I take of them on my private account on my days off. And then here I have my family's names. And then obviously, right away, you can see how colorful the life planner is. Work hard, play hard. You come across the year at a glance, 2014 and 2015. And then another quote here. What I do with the negatives that I have, or the proofs that I have from developing my pictures at Costco, are I take the smaller pictures here and I just put them into the Life Planner. And then I just write a note of, you know, where the pictures were taken. And it's just a nice way to keep pictures of my family in the Life Planner without bulking things up. Here I wrote a letter to my son, and my second son, and I used the coil clips, which you can purchase on the Erin Condren website. And basically you can just bind things into, or clip it into the binding, and you can keep invitations or pictures, keepsakes, things like that. And it's around $7 on the website. And then you come across a 2-month spread here for July. Here I'm obviously, I was good about decorating this month. I haven't been good since then. But I used washi tape to block off a vacation that we took. And then this washi tape was for my days off. They alternate, obviously. And then so here is what 1 week looks like for me, and the bullet journaling that I've been doing. Obviously it's a lot of writing. What I do is I just keep track of milestones for my younger son, who's 8 months old, and then I also keep track of random quotes or random things that my 3-year-old says, because we all know at that age they say some very random things. So I like to keep track of that. And it also kind of gives me an idea of how he's developing as far as how he's comprehending things, the things that he remembers, the things that we probably shouldn't say or probably shouldn't emphasize, because he's starting to pick up on that. And so it's just a developmental thing that I like to keep track of. And the milestones, of course, like I said, for my 8-month-old, I can look back on it and say, oh, this is when he started to stand, this is when he started to crawl, this is when he started to talk and say mom or dad, that type of thing. And I also keep track of, you know, my work schedule and my husband's work schedule here, just for reference. Because what I do is, instead of filling out the planner a week ahead of time, what I do is I fill it as I go. And so it's more of like a diary in that respect. So that's my first week. Here, obviously, I'm still using the Project Life cards to keep track of my son's quotes. I stopped using the journal, the Project Life cards, because they started to bulk up the Life Planner. So in this next week, I used origami paper instead. I just cut down the origami paper down to size to fit into the boxes, and then I just wrote things in there. I also started to keep sticky notes to try to, you know, decrease the bulk as well. This particular sticky note is from the Target Dollar Spot. And so obviously you could see I was playing around with ideas here on what would work best. Here again, the sticky note. Here I am a post-crosser as well, so what I did was I bought a whole bunch of postcards down in Vegas, and they weren't that popular as far as, you know, someone wanting to swap with me. So I kept this one because it was large and nice and colorful. So on the back side, I just wrote down a whole bunch of memories that I had from our trip to Vegas, and then just a couple notes of what we did on each day. And then so here we come to August. I was still okay about, you know, keeping this somewhat decorated with all my weekends blocked off and special days noted. And obviously you can see that each month has a quote and then a theme as well. So, you know, you have a whole bunch of, each month has a different color scheme. So this sticky note is a blank clock face, and I got this at Paper Source for $9 for 2 pads of it. So it's kind of pricey, but it's really cute. And I just keep track of, you know, well-check visits and things like that. And then just another week here. I try to use stickers where I can to decorate special days, but I don't always do that. And then so here I got this from my pen pal, and you actually were able to find it at the dollar spot for a while, the Target dollar spot for a while there, but they don't have it in the dollar spot anymore. But I also kept a moment that my sister had with my son, and just kind of shows how my son's been developing and how he's comprehending things now. And then here's where I started to use the weather stickers. The weather stickers I bought online at dkoutlet.com, and that is a school supply source store, or a teacher supply source store, and they have these stickers on there. They're basically weather stickers, and I got this idea from Living the Wife Life. She's on YouTube and Instagram, and what she does is each week she looks at the weather forecast and writes down the highs of each day, as well as takes note of, you know, if it's going to be sunny, rainy, cloudy, that type of thing. And so it's good because then if you do that at the beginning of the week, this is all the planning I do basically, is to write down the weather and just to take note of the weather, and then to plan accordingly from there as far as what my sons are going to wear each day. And I also go back, and if the weatherman or weatherwoman wasn't right, then I would go back and, you know, fill in how it actually ended up. So, you know, this day ended up being a little bit of rain and cloudy. So that's what I do with the weather stickers. I thought that was a really cute idea. And so you can see the turn in the weather, a little bit more rain there. But for the most part, it's been pretty sunny here in Washington. So these are stickers that I got from my lovely pen pal, and I like using flat stickers in the Life Planner because obviously this is a thick planner and it can get bulky really quickly. So, you know, that's something to keep in mind. If you ever come across these sized sticky notes, these are very easy to find in Office Depot, you know, any stationery aisle or office supply aisle in a store like Target. These sized sticky notes fit pretty much really well in each of the boxes here. So if you don't want to cut something down to size, if you can't necessarily purchase one that, because I know they have a lot of stickers like that on Etsy, if you can't quite put out the money for that just yet, because they're really cute, they're very tempting, go ahead and buy these sized sticky notes because they do the job and they fit well. So that's just a note there. So one thing that I started to do that is my system now is I started to keep these quote sticky notes, and I bought this set at a local college's bookstore, and it's from Ganz, G-A-N-Z. There's 50 pads and 50 sheets in each pad, and obviously 2 different sizes. And what I do is I write down random things that my son says, and then I keep this on a bulletin board next to my desk. And so if he says something totally random, or if my 8-month-old does something that's like a milestone for me, then I will write it down quickly, note the date and the time sometimes, and then I go back and I mark it in my Life Planner. So that's what I've been doing lately. And then you can see that's what I started to do. Another dinosaur planner there. And this big sticky note this is a sticky note pad that I keep in my purse, and my son said something off the wall that kind of like floored my husband and I when we were on our way to church one day, and I was planning to elaborate more on this moment, so I will be doing that later, but that's why that's just right there. So I also keep a lot of sticky note pads with me on the go. Obviously September I have not decorated yet. I don't think I will at this point because it's already the 19th. And then here we go. Here's more of September and these quote sticky notes. Tavia, my son is starting to say a lot more now and interacting more with his younger brothers. So that has been nice and nice to keep track of. Again, here's more. This is where I used a little bit of the longer one to block off day and night. I try to, you know, stay true to the times. So something we did in the morning, something we did during the day, something we did at night. And then here is where we are at this week. And, you know, we have the clear ruler that they have now in the life planners. And now I'm starting to teach my son, or help teach my son, how to write letters. So this is where I'm going to be keeping track of what I'm going to be focusing on each week. He's pretty good at writing the letter A now, so that's nice. And so that is that. So it's the morning of Friday the 19th, and I just took note of what I did this morning already. And then this is the rest of the day, and this will get filled out as we go. So just a quick look at, you know, October. Obviously, like I said, each quote, each month has its own quote. And I got the 18-month calendar. It's a little more expensive and a little more bulky, but like I said, I like to keep these as memory books, obviously keeping it as a memory book. So I felt like the extra $5 to add on 6 more months to this planner was well worth it. So going into the back of the planner, we have notes, a note section here. Lined paper, you can write notes. I'm thinking of writing letters to my sons on their birthdays and on special days, or, you know, holidays. And then on the blank decorated pages, I also have more pictures here. These pictures are in actual photo albums, but I didn't want to throw these away when I saw them in the envelope that all the developed pictures came in, so I decided to keep them in my life planner. I try to washi tape that out, but obviously you can still see the Costco logo. But I thought that was a fun idea. And then so you have all these other decorated pages here, blank pages for, you know, brain dumping, taking notes, drawing, doodling. Then you have 2016, 2017, and then you have sticker sheets, some with things already on it like birthdays and appointments. And then you have blank sticker sheets here. And then the Keep It Together folder, which is where I keep my weather stickers, the dinosaur stickers that I got from my pen pal, as well as this perpetual calendar that you can purchase. I believe this was around $6. This has all the national holidays, or, you know, American holidays, and then a perpetual calendar where you can keep track of birth dates, anniversaries, that type of thing. I've seen a lot of girls use this as a quote per day type of journal. So that's a good idea too, if you want to do that. Important numbers, as well as my contacts. And then on the back here you have a zip bag, plastic. And then you also get sheets of these for whatever you name your planner. And then you also get a calling card, as well as 2 designer paper clips. And then you have the back cover here. If you want to put this in the front, you basically, these are the removable covers, which is new this year in for the life planners. Take out the back cover, flip this, take out the covers basically, flip this forward, and then put the covers back on, and then you can have the zip block in the front. But anyways, that is my life planner. If you have any questions, go ahead and comment below. Subscribe, like, all that good stuff. And I look forward to making more videos for you guys. Have a good day. Bye-bye.